Uh, Sir, data science is actually very much related to AI.
Mhm.
So if you look at the class 10th CBSE syllabus, they
Yes.
have a section on AI project cycle.
Right.
So in that AI project cycle, we have to look at the data. It involves project or problem scoping, then data acquisition, data visualization, and modeling and evaluation.
Right.
So out of these five, if you look at it, the first three they come in data analysis, but the last two they are related to AI. So actually, there is a lot of intersection between AI and data science. So if you are
Data science
interested, sir,
also.
we can actually cover one of the projects in the AI project cycle in one of the lectures, so
Sure,
that
sure.
the same concepts are applicable to all the projects that are mentioned in the CBSE curriculum.
Because finally we had to show the project for class 10th and 12th to the children, and
Yes,
we had to keep the record also uh,
yes, yes.
for practical
So,
record.
yeah,
So if it will be a live demonstration based on the
correct.
syllabus,
Sir,
it
one
will
of the
be
things,
easier
if you
for
look
the
at it,
students.
CBSE has not given any resources from where we have to teach this. So they have mentioned the syllabus and the curriculum, but it is a bit flexible. So we can add projects which are aligned with the curriculum. So we
Right,
have actually
right.
developed projects for that. We can add that towards the end of the teacher training, so that the same logic can be used for other projects also, which are covered in the AI project cycle.
Sure, sure.
Okay. I think Kuldeep sir might be aware if other teachers are also joining. Uh, but I will wait for one more minute and then we can get started.
At what time evening batch is this? Sunday
Evening
evening?
batch, sir, is so evening batch is actually we just completed one evening batch yesterday.
Okay.
Which are usually on the Saturdays. So we will be starting with one more batch in the next year. So there are basically two types of batches actually. So one type of batch is where the teachers want to learn so that after learning they want to implement the course in the school. The second type is where they just want to learn the applications of AI for their classroom teaching and learning experience. So in this we are trying to blend the two, mix and match the two a little bit because we have both the types in this batch.
In CBSE session 2021, the first batch started for class 10th, and I
Correct.
think 12th
Yes.
also. So,
So yes. So
if possible, in the
CBS.
end of the
Yeah.
session, some
Hmm.
questions. I have not checked the question, neither I have seen. I
Hmm.
will try to find out that okay, which type of question is asked, what are the
Sure, sure.
aspects there, practicals.
So we can
And
go
this
over
will be
the
the next
curriculum. We can go over the
next
curriculum also, and yeah.
next year. We are going to start for class 9th and 10th,
Okay.
and
Okay. Okay.
11th and 12th also. So the hand-on practice you don't have.
Hmm.
So if
Okay.
any experienced uh, teacher will be there in our team, those who are already uh, doing this for their
Correct.
school,
Mhm.
it will be
Sir, when,
helpful for us.
sir, when you are starting for class 9th and 10th, what resources are you planning to use to
Next year,
CBSE?
next
So
year, so
they
24,
have,
25 from
they have provided this handbook, right? Is that the resource?
handbook. Yes, sir. The resource book is there.
And so, do you think it's good, sir, the handbook which they have provided in terms of the details and
Uh, Not too much, but at least one handbook is required for study purpose. Besides this, we had to go in details from different sources.
yeah, in our experience, what we have seen, the handbook just mentions that one project needs to be done or hands-on project needs to be done, but it does not go into details of how exactly the project should be implemented in class and how we can use real-life data with it.
In class 10th, as I saw, कि mostly theory portions are there in AI and some Python
Yes,
related program are there, 40,
yes,
40%.
and some of the sections are actually wrong, sir. So
Hmm.
they are actually not technically correct,
Hmm.
especially the part where they mention about rule-based approach and the machine learning-based approach.
Hmm.
It's that page is wrong. So
Hmm.
there are some areas actually
In
which,
hurry, the book was published or made the syllabus curriculum was
yeah.
front as it seems, without
So
working out
mhm.
properly, without
Correct,
studying
sir.
everything in details. The
So
CBSE.
so currently, Rana sir, are you saying something? You are muted actually. You are muted, so not able to hear it properly. Okay. Okay. So currently, what we have seen with many of the schools is that they are actively trying to include AI as a subject for class 9th and 10th first.
Mhm.
But the biggest problem that they are facing is that how to teach this course in the class.
Right. That
Uh,
training was not given.
yes,
Proper
yes.
training
Training,
based on
sir.
the take that was provided
Training
by the
and
school. The teachers are studying and just
correct.
delivering.
And teachers are using resources everywhere from the internet, so it is not a very organized way of learning.
Not a convenience, the uh, just for basic knowledge they are
Correct.
providing from the book, from internet,
Yeah.
not in the
So,
details. But this
so
is the
towards the
subject where
correct, sir. So towards the end of or in the next lecture itself, we can actually go over the platform which we have developed, which is completely aligned with the curriculum actually, and which helps the teachers to teach the
sure,
course in the classroom. So if the teachers show interest, then we'll be happy to take you through the entire thing also in detail.
sure.
Okay, so let us get started. I'll be sharing my screen right now. Okay, so today we are going to cover some more interesting applications of AI. And then after that, we are going to dive a bit more deeper into how the AI is actually working. So the initial part of the training is you can consider more applications based. Now we'll be diving deeper. We'll be actually uh, thinking about how do applications like face recognition on your phone work? How do applications like image recognition or fingerprint recognition actually work? How do applications like pose recognition work? So we will be diving deeper into how is the working of AI actually there? What is the meaning of training data? What does it mean to make an AI model? What is modeling? What is training, etc. Before that, we will start with some of the applications of AI which we think are extremely important for all of you to know because of the very ease of accessibility and easy use. So Dr. Sridath will be covering the first part of today's lecture. So I'll hand it over to him right now.
Yeah, thanks, Rajat. So the idea of today's lecture is twofold. First is to walk you through some of these generative AI applications, and then take you to the actual training process and make you build your own AI model. So when I say generative AI application, what we mean is let's think of some examples, right? Any digital output that a human can create. For example, a digital document or digital PowerPoint presentation. We saw how these things can be generated using AI, using ChatGPT and different GPT-4 plugins. Similarly, there are other outputs which are digital in nature, like an image or video or a 3D model or a movie. So all of these are different types of digital creations that humans can do. And what is happening right now with the generative AI technology is that virtually any digital output that you can imagine, there is a generative AI application meant for that. Some of the applications are far more advanced. Some of them are not as much advanced as the other ones. But we just want to take you through some of these applications really quickly so that you can be aware of them. And it's very likely that the applications that are in kind of beta stage or in the testing phase right now will be ready to use for public in the next few weeks or even next few months. So one of the first applications that we want to take you through is creating videos with AI. This was one question that Purushottam sir, I remember, asked in one of the earlier lectures, whether a lecture video can be created using AI.
Right.
And then we showed that you can create a video of an avatar using AI, where you have to provide the text and you have to select the avatar, and the avatar will speak in its own voice. The voice also we can select. So that was one version of it. Here it's a little bit more like creating scenes or short scenes using text input using a generative AI technology. So the application is called Moonvalley. So what you need to do is like go to Google, type Moonvalley. It's moonvalley.ai. When you type Moonvalley in Google, you will see. Open it. It's basically it's still in a beta product. So they are currently testing the product in the market. So we are probably one of the very first users, early users of this product. But we are pretty confident that in a few months this will be extremely in an advanced stage. When you click the try beta, it will take us through the Discord channel. So if you remember the Midjourney image generation application, it was also in a Discord channel. Similarly, when you go to the Moonvalley website and click, join beta, it will take you to the Moonvalley Discord channel. So this is how the Discord channel looks like. We completely understand that this is overwhelming because there are so many chats and so many things happening. But basically, the creation of video here is
What
very,
is
very.
the Discord app?
So Discord is basically a community. It's a community application. You can either install the application on your desktop or phone, or you can also access Discord using laptop, like a Chrome. In this case, you don't have to explicitly type Discord anywhere. When you go to, I'll just go once again. So this is the Moonvalley website, right? Moonvalley.ai. In this, if you click the try the beta, this button, you're automatically taken to Discord. Now, I am already logged in on my Discord using my Google account. If you are not logged in, it will ask you to log in. You can either create a new account to log in, or you can use your Google account to log into the Discord. So Discord is like it's a platform where if you are working on something, and if there are other people who are interested in your product, or in let's say you want to conduct a webinar.
Instead of taking online, can we use our own images, videos?
What do you mean, sir?
Instead of taking online videos or images, can we use our own videos or image that we have personal?
Like uploading your
Mm-hmm.
image or something and then converting that into a video format.
Huh?
I am not aware if that Moonvalley has that capability, sir. But here, there are some other capabilities where you are creating a new image based on what you are inputting.
Yes.
So, for example, once you enter the Moonvalley Discord, you see here new moon 1, new moon 2, etc., etc. You see here these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right?
Yes.
So these are free channels in which you can create a video. So let's say I just randomly select new moon.
Shridath, we are not able to see that new.
Oh, okay. I see. You're not seeing the Discord.
Discord app is being seen, but there are these tiles which are okay, now it's possible.
Now
Okay.
Oh, okay. So now you see the proper Discord thing, right?
Yes.
Okay. So on the left, so this is the Moonvalley's Discord server. It's called a server. So they have a lot of other applications. A lot of people in the gaming community use these things. So that's why it's called as a Discord server. But ultimately, it's like a community where you can post things, you can ask questions, people will answer. There will be channels meant for, different purposes, but those are irrelevant for our purpose. You don't have to master Discord to learn how to use Moonvalley. So I'll just go through only the steps that are needed to generate an image, a video for you. So once you are here, you see these new moon 1, new moon 2, etc. on the left hand side up to new moon 6, right? So these are the channels that you can use. It's basically a free. We have not purchased this or anything. It's completely free. So let's say I click new moon 2. Now this is a channel where you will see the kind of videos that other people have created using a text. So the text that this person input was scene transitions to a serene nature view. It has a model type, so it has anime, 3D animation, realistic, etc. And it also has a duration, long, short, or medium. So here, when they say long, it's like just 3 seconds. So this is a very early stage AI application where you can, I'll just full screen the video. I hope, can you see this in full screen?
Yes.
Okay. So you see, it is technically not there as a video yet. It's almost like a motion picture, right? But basically, it's able to kind of seamlessly make it happen. Like at the current stage, whatever input you give in the form of text, AI is able to do something about it. Now let us try inputting our prompt, right? So I'll add something like so. It's like /create. So /create is the command that you have to type to give the prompt, and in the prompt I'll give, let's say, a kid swimming in a pond in a village. And then in the style, I'll input, let's say, 3D animation. So these are the styles options they have. So you have to enter the prompt, you have to enter the style, and you have to enter the duration. So they have different styles here. I'll just select 3D animation. And duration also you have to select short, medium, and long. So you can see that if it is short, the average wait time for creating is 2 to 5 minutes. So long means it will take way longer to create a video, because video creation using AI is very difficult, right? Server needs to do a lot of work. So I'll just select a short video, which means it will be like less than 3 seconds. And I'll just type it here. Our video will take 2 to 3 minutes to get ready. Meanwhile, I just want to show you a few other things. But while our prompt is getting converted into a video, let's go through some of the videos that others have created. For example, this one. You can see it's slowly a transition. So the text here is scene that transitions to sunset. Model is realism. Duration is long. So long means it's just 3 seconds at the moment. You can see that it is actually like a sunset. The sun has set, right? The scene has become slightly tad bit darker, not completely, but still it's looking pretty much realistic. So now, from our understanding, what Moonvalley is trying to do is they are starting with these small scenes, but soon they will be able to create pretty much any video that you want to create using a text. For example, you want to create in biology, a 3D model of a heart being cut open and shown as a cross section. It will be eventually be able to do that. Since this is a free software, we highly recommend all of you to just check it out. Just keep it ready on your laptop or computer, so that by the time Moonvalley is fully able to create long few-minute video durations, few-minute duration videos, you can actually use it. So this is going to be a very good teaching tool. So let our video get ready. Meanwhile, I'll just move on to another application, and I'll come back to Moonvalley to show you the output of our video. The second tool that we want to show you today is a 3D model generation software, which is also working based on prompt. 3D model.
Hello,
Yes,
sir.
yeah, please.
Sir, that Moonvalley video.
Yeah.
What will be the duration minimum? So 30
Yeah.
to 40.
No, it's actually very, very small now. It's actually 3 seconds. The reason is an image is consisting of different frames, right? So every second is probably 30 frames or something. So do you remember AI image generation itself was taking like around 10 seconds. One frame image was taking 10 seconds. So this means 3 seconds means it's very likely that it has around 90 frames, close to 90 frames. So for that reason, currently, even if we wait for 2 to 5 minutes, the duration for which the video can be created is just 3 seconds. But that is what it is today. This software itself was not existing few months ago, right? It's a relatively new software. So what is going to happen is we are just introducing this tool to you at an early stage, so that it is soon going to be ready, because you will graduate from this teacher training program and you will be using your own AI applications, right? So by that time, we want you to be aware of this current beta stage, Moonvalley application, so that you can try and start making long length videos. That capability does not exist today. That's just a small caveat, but still it's worth it to try using it and learn how to use it, right?
Actually, we were desperately needed this video for 20 seconds, if it were possible.
I think it will be possible very soon. Today it is not, but probably within a couple of months or by February or of 2024, I think.
Sridhar, if we select the longer duration format, is it
Yeah.
going to increase the time or is it something different?
It increases the time, but very little. I don't. So the generation time increases. Generation time, instead of 2 to 5 minutes, it will become 8 minutes. I'll show you an example, right? So see, here's the person who is creating text button for follow and subscribe. Model duration is long, right? So here
Okay.
the duration is just 3 seconds.
Okay.
Short is probably 1 second, I think. Let's see. So this is medium. Medium is also close to 2 seconds.
It is.
I mean, you can see that there is some level of detailing. Like this definitely does not look like a weird collection of images. It does look like a animated video of some level of quality, but still, it's still not there yet. But you can see that pretty much the duration for all of these videos is not greater than 3 seconds, right? So that is.
Sir, is there any provision to add text in that video only itself?
I think Rana sir, we'll have to do it separately. So you can download this video by clicking, for example, let's say I download this video, and then after I download, I can add it to any PowerPoint software, right? So I'll just upload it here,
Okay.
right? And then you can add text there. In general, sir, adding text to image or videos from our experience is very unreliable. Sometimes, yes, I can show you this example. As you saw, this person wanted to create a video in which some subscribe text was there. So when you play the video, this one, so this person wanted a YouTube channel subscribe button. You see, this is follow is what is trying to be written, but it has a lot of spelling mistake, right? So AI, whenever it comes to displaying text in an image or in a video, currently the capability of AI is not very good. The DAL E3, which we showed you last time, it has reasonably good capability for displaying text, but still it's not very reliable. So anything to do with text or text on an image, text on a video, we recommend you to use any editing software like Canva or anything like that.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Now, this Alpha 3D software is basically a 3D model generation software using text. I'll just show you. I think my screen is freezing a little bit. Let me just hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I think my connection got lost for a few seconds. So I'll just show you this Alpha 3D. So currently Alpha 3D has 3 different capabilities. One is they have completely customized creation of a 3D model of a shoe from 3D model 2D image of a shoe, or 3D model of a sofa using 2D model of a sofa. So these two things they have completely customized. So if you have an image of a shoe design,
Alpha3D.io.
Alpha3D.io, yes, exactly. So this is like you can see I'm rotating this 3D model. It's not completely detailed, but still it's decent. So their current capability for converting a 2D image into a 3D image, into a 3D model is only restricted to images of shoes and images of sofas. And this is an example of an image of a sofa being converted to 3D model of a sofa. However, this tool also has like certain capabilities for making 3D. So this is a 3D model of a sofa. I hope you can see this. I'm just rotating this. So you can upload an image, 2D image of a sofa, and it converts it. Now, this company also, their ultimate goal is to have, as you can read here, transform the text and 2D images into 3D models. So any given text, any given 2D image, converted that into 3D models. So let me just show you. My system is slowing down probably because my charge is about to be over. Just give me 1 second.
Till that time, all of you can maybe open these websites on your Google on the side and practice it. If there is any issue, just let us know. It is actually pretty simple. Just type the name on Google. You might have to log in using your Google account in all of these applications.
Alpha3D.io.
Alpha3D.io, yes. You can also maybe try the previous application, Moon Valley.
Okay, so firstly, I think our prompt, they are still working on our prompt for the video. Okay, so this Alpha3D.io, let's see how it works. So I'll just click get started. So they're 3D models. So as you know, 3D creating text is one level of complexity, right? Creating image has another added layer of complexity. Creating video has one more layer of complexity. 3D model is completely new game. So here, what you need to do is, first of all, this is in a very, very preliminary stage. So 3D model, don't expect a 3D model that is highly, good looking or anything, but I'll just show you what this can do. So 3D model of a penguin in, let's say, in desert. I don't know what desert will do, but I'll just see. This is, okay, I'll just remove this maybe. It's a simple prompt, 3D model of a penguin. And here is where you have to select the category. So category is currently anything, meaning text to 3D. Sofa and sneakers are basically image of sneakers or shoes into 3D model, image of sofas into 3D models. So those are the other two custom options, which are much better. But here, penguin, let's see what it can create. I just click generate, and then you will see that a new project, a 5th project has been added. It's currently in production. It's not completed. Here I was trying to create a 3D model of a human heart. This image was actually the image that I uploaded, but the output was not very, it was not very fascinating. I'll just show you. Okay, not this. Okay, and while this is loading, let's also check if our prompt has been converted. We typed a boy swimming in a yeah, so this is the 3D model of a heart. It is not definitely the best 3D model that you can imagine for a human heart. But what it is basically doing is it's capturing the basic shape of a human heart and trying to generate using AI a model of a human heart. You can still see that there are like grooves and all of that. So this is also another software that is truly AI. Like you're truly seeing the baby steps of AI. And as you all know from the course, AI can learn on itself, right? It will learn from its own mistake. It can keep on training and it will become better. So currently you are seeing a baby AI that is able to create a 3D model. Let us see the 3D model for a penguin that we asked. Let's see what the AI has come up with. And I just want to show you another 3D model which I try to create. So I asked to create a 3D model of a banana that is in the color of orange, but I don't think it took the input of color as an input. So it just created a 3D model of a banana. It was definitely looking better than heart. I'll just show you in a moment once it loads. So this is the 3D model of the banana that the AI was able to come up with. So I'm 100% sure you have seen better looking 3D models on internet. And those 3D models are all created by humans by sitting down on a computer for 5, 6, 10 hours. But this is what today AI is able to come up with in like 3 seconds. And this AI is being trained on a lot of input data points, and probably by in next 1 to 2 months, when you check the same thing, when you ask the AI, this Alpha 3D AI to create a banana, it won't be looking like this. It will be as good as or even better than what a human can come up with. I will come back to the Discord video once it is created. I don't think it's, I'm not able to find it. I'll find it and let you know. But meanwhile, I just want to move on to another free AI image generation software called Playground. So Midjourney, if you guys, if all of you are familiar, Midjourney is a AI image generation software, but it is paid. Per month, you have to pay $10 or something if you want quick image generation. But Playground.ai is playgroundai.com is a very good AI image generation tool, which is completely free.
Sure, Moon Valley I have opened here, and
Okay.
here I have selected new Moon 1, and here I
Yes.
can see the new video show me.
Yes.
So where to add, sir, for all video?
In the text box, sir, you have to type /create.
Text box is disabled. Here claim account is there. Should I click claim account?
Oh, sir, are you on phone or are you on computer, laptop?
On desktop.
Okay, I'll show you. So here you see this plus sign, sir.
Plus sign in
Bottom.
my prompt. Let me check. In my prompt it is not showing +1.
At the
There is
very
some
bottom.
envelope type symbol is showing here.
Sir, probably you have not logged into Discord, I think, because that claim account option comes when.
So email ID is required for that. No.
Yes, you have to.
Through the Facebook I joined.
Yeah, you have to sign in.
Yes.
Facebook, Insta
Yeah.
options were there.
Yeah, Facebook or
The sign-in process is very easy. You have to enter your email
Claim
address.
account, after claiming account, email ID is asking.
Yes, yes.
Oh, 1 second. Sir, let me-
Yeah. And sir, while you're logging in, I'll just show the Playground AI. It's pretty much easy, so that we can just show this since we have a lot to cover today. Yeah. So Playground AI is called playground.com, and then on the top right you saw this create button. When you click,
Playground.com.
yes. Actually,
Playground.com.
you can just search Playground AI in Google, and the first link that comes up, that's the Playground AI's URL.
Playground AI.
Yeah.
Playground.ai.
Yeah, Playground. I think it is Playground. Playgroundai.com.
I have typed it in the chat. It is playgroundai.com.
Yeah.
Please have a look, and you can directly click on the link we have typed in the chat.
Yes, playgroundai.com. Sir. Yes, sir.
So with ChatGPT, all of you saw that we can create images, but ChatGPT you have to pay them $20 per month, since we have to log in using ChatGPT 4. With Playground, the advantage is that it is completely free.
Playgroundai.com.
Playgroundai.com, yes.
Okay, the same thing we can do in this,
So
like ChatGPT.
So
here
yes.
basically create images. So GPT-4, if you want to create image, you need to pay, right? it has DALI 3. Sorry, I have just turned off my video because my internet is slowing down. So I just want to preserve the bandwidth. Okay, so here I'll just show how to create images using similar to ChatGPT prompt. But here also you can type something like, tiger surfing on waves in a beach with surfboard and gear. So I just type the prompt here, and you can even upload image to use some inspiration. But I'll not upload image. I'll just ask the AI, Playground AI, to create an image from scratch. So as you can see, it took less than 2-3 seconds. The tiger is basically surfing in the wave with the surfboard. I was actually expecting the tiger to wear some kind of shorts or some sort of surfing gear, but that did not work out. But still, it is looking very, very realistic. The image, you can have a lot of different filters. So here, when you click the filter, you can type any of these and image can come in similar format. So I'll just click vibrant glass, and I'm just trying out. This is as new for me also, that these different types of filters. So here you can see it's getting generated, and here is the final output. So you can decide the style of the image using the filter here, and it's very, very real looking. So all of you should definitely try. You can play with the image dimensions. If you don't want a big image, you can select a small dimension. It will be faster. Image will be much smaller in size. So please definitely try Playground.ai also. So video generation using AI, 3D model generation using AI, and image generation using AI. All these 3 tools which we showed you today are free tools. You don't have to pay anything.
Sir, in my prompt, it is not showing it to the left side. It is showing there the board.
Sir, can you show your screen how it looks like?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Allow me to see.
Oh, yes, we have to allow you, right?
Oh, okay. Maybe should we skip the AI art part today in the interest of time, since we have to cover ML?
Sure. Yes. Yeah.
Okay, maybe the art AI for art we can cover in one of the subsequent lectures.
Yes, definitely. Yeah. Sridhar, can you give sir access to share the screen?
How do I do that? Let me check.
I think in the participants, there is a more option there. Give access. I think also in the share screen, Sridhar, if you see a up arrow, there will be allow multiple people to share.
Okay, I did that. Purushottam sir, can you try now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, this is my screen.
Okay. Yeah.
So
click create, sir. At the top right, you see that create button.
Top right, create.
Yes.
Create.
Okay. Now, once this loads, I think this is you may be able to skip this part. Is this like a tutorial?
This one here.
Yeah.
Community.
there is an option of create on board, maybe.
Create on board. Yes, that one. Create on board.
Where is it?
Above the
yes, this one. Yes.
Yeah.
Right. Create on board. Yes. Yes.
So there in the prompt box, you see, sir, the bottom, there is a box where you can enter text.
Yes, enter text.
Yes,
this one.
Yeah, there you can type anything like student trying to study in library in the middle of a forest. Something like that. And then if you want a filter style, you can select that. Above none, instead of none, you can select, click that and select any style. And then you can click generate. So this is that one in the style which you selected, sir. You can also select realistic styles, anything, right? So
Image.
yeah, so the place where this is mostly useful for you now is, imagine you are teaching some lesson in which you want to create generic images which are good looking.
Right.
Not like 3D cross sections of human heart or anything like that. And it's not like a science heavy image, but more like a generic image, which is based on what you want. So that there you can create such images and input that in the PowerPoint presentation. And as Rana sir said, you can add text on top of it and make your presentation much more engaging.
And in the top left, there is a download button actually. If you see, if you scroll above,
Top left.
if you scroll above, no, here only, if you scroll above, this image.
Can you click the image? Can you go to the image area, sir? The mouse pointer, if you move on to the top of the image. I mean, sir, can you move
right
to the right on the image?
Right on the image.
Yeah. And then scroll up. Use the scroll button, sir. Use the scroll button to, yeah.
That download button is in the middle. You see, there are 3 buttons.
Yeah.
Yeah. This download.
Yes.
Yes.
So if you click that, it will be downloaded to your computer, and then you can use it. Yeah.
Downloaded here. Yes.
Right. So this is how you use it. We wanted to show you a image, AI image creation using art, but if we do that, we won't be able to cover some other important things which we plan to cover today. So we will cover it in a subsequent lecture. Now, Dr. Rajat and Raj will go through the image classification aspect of AI.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, you're welcome, sir.
So before we move ahead, we have covered basically 3 applications today. We have looked at Moon Valley, then we have looked at Alpha 3D, and finally we have looked at Playground. So we will be sharing the resources also of this lecture and also the last lecture which we have not yet shared. So we will share it today itself. So if you have in case missed something, we encourage all of you to just practice it once. And it is very easy to use, as you just saw with Playground, where Purushottam sir was able to access the board area. And even Moon Valley is something which all of you can get started to use quickly. We have seen that some of the schools that we have trained before, they have used all these applications for a lot of things. For example, there was a annual day exhibition at a school, and then they actually had a separate room there for AI based on what we had taught. And in that room, the teachers had taught the students the application that we had taught them, and then that was whichever visitor came to the room, they explained all the applications. And the posters for the annual day event, the teachers used Canva. The images in Canva were made using Playground. And also some basic versions of videos were also made using Moon Valley. So whichever things you have, for example, your principal asks you to design something, or you can take up the lead. There is no need to contact a vendor for getting these designs ready, or so you can take up the lead and tell your principal that I'm ready to do this on my own. This is something which
Or
is
designing the template of any certificates or card.
yes. So if you want to make a cards or certificates, then Canva is the best tool to use that. But if you want to add
In Canva, the ready-made things are there for on designing. So.
yes. So in Canva, yes, ready-made things are there. But if you want to make some design of your own, if you want to add some things of your own, something unique, then you can use Playground or Moon Valley with Canva. So that is a very powerful combination. If you just use Canva, you will be restricted to use the images which are there in their library. But let's say, what if you want to create, let's say, a realistic picture of, let's say, human heart or some animal, and you want to put that in the poster. And if on the Canva that image is not available, then what other option you have? If you type it on the Google, you will get an image of very low quality and not your satisfaction. So AI is the best way to. So this is one of the applications where you can start using AI as much as possible, and you can bring in so much creativity that people, after they look at your design, they will be shocked and they will ask you, how did you do this, how did you create this, etc. So we have seen these sort of reactions in some of the teachers that we have trained, and they are actually very happy after using these tools.
Earlier, we were using Corel Draw or Photoshop for designing those border for certificates or different
Yeah,
things.
yeah,
But here now, AI is facilitating us in the simplest way. So
correct.
the Canva is one of them. But can we add our own creation with Canva?
Yes, yes, definitely. So we do that on a regular basis. We use Canva, and we don't just directly use their templates, but we add our own custom design in the
Yes.
Canva, and we make our own designs using the software.
Because Corel Draw tools a little difficult, time taker.
Yeah.
But time taker it is.
So, sir, Canva, the main purpose when it was invented was that Corel Draw, Illustrator, and all these, they are not meant for people who are beginners. They take a
Expert
lot of
for
time.
expert. Hmm.
They are meant for experts. But Canva, if you see, there are templates which can directly be loaded.
That right.
And we just have to change the text. We have to add images which can be created from Playground, etc. So, if you want, we can even have a short demonstration of that.
Yes.
Actually, if that would be helpful.
So,
Okay, so now we'll start with the next part of the lecture, which will be regarding image classification. So Dr. Raj will be explaining that part in detail.
Yeah, so
Stop and reshare.
if we share my screen, it must be check. So okay, so I will now begin sharing screen. I hope the screen is visible to everyone.
yes.
Okay. So now we'll come to the second part of this presentation, which is building your first AI application. So Purushottam sir, you asked at the start of this lecture that class 9th, 10th and 11th. So they have this AI project cycle. And towards the end, the goal is to build some sort of an application. Now here, what we'll be teaching you is something which you can show to your students in a class itself. And we will teach you a tool which is very easy to use, and which you can first try out on your own after this lecture is done, and then you can also demo it in front of the students. Okay, so the topic which we have chosen for this is image classification. Now, image classification is one thing which really explains the intelligence of AI systems, because as humans, we are able to distinguish between images since a child. But for AI, it's actually very hard. And let us actually look at some practical examples of AI and how AI uses image classification before we start into teaching this particular application and building it. So image classification is basically making computers see. And as we will soon realize, this is a very hard problem. So let us look at some applications of this, and then we'll understand why this is such a hard problem and how useful it is. So during COVID-19, there were a large number of people whose X-ray scans were taken. And the problem was that there were a huge number of patients. So manually classifying whether, let's say, someone has COVID or not by looking at the scans was difficult. So AI systems were used for image classification. Now, if you have AI systems which are trained, and if computers are able to see, then looking at these images itself, an AI can tell which image has a tumor and which image does not have a tumor. So for example, if you see these images, there is some things here which the AI has detected. And then AI can classify that, okay, this particular image has some tumor or has some disease. So that might lead to the onset of COVID-19, let's say. But if a doctor were to do this, it would be very hard. And that's one application of AI for image classification. The second application is in agriculture. So if you see, pesticide is a big problem for farmers because leaves get rust and leaves get diseases. So they start developing colorations like these. And this is very bad for crop yield. Now, if a farmer's farm is very huge, it becomes difficult to manually check and inspect every single leaf. So if AI is able to see, if AI is able to look at images and predict which leaf has a disease or which leaf does not have a disease, then it's very helpful for the farmers because it saves a huge amount of time, which they would have otherwise manually would have to see whether every leaf has disease or not. And this is not just for leaves, it's even for vegetables. As vegetables are growing, AI can check which of them are growing in a healthy manner and which of them are growing in a not so healthy manner. This is again crop monitoring using AI, where AI equipment is used to hover over the field and to check the farm which is being managed by that particular farmer. Then another example which recently became very famous was Amazon Go. So I'm just going to play this video now.
4 years ago, we started to wonder, what would shopping look like if you could walk into a store, grab what you want, and just go? What if we could weave the most advanced machine learning, computer vision, and AI into your virtual cart? If you change your mind about that cupcake, just put it back. Our technology will update your virtual cart automatically.
So what is happening in this video is that people are coming in, they are buying some stuff,
Then put away your
they are
phone.
putting it in their bags, and then they are just leaving. So then you might wonder here, okay, but where is the payment? What about receipt? All of that is actually generated by AI because there are cameras.
And start never have
So
to wait
let's
in
say
line.
when this person is picking up something in this area, there is a camera which will scan and the AI will see what that person is picking up. And then they will be automatically billed on their phone because their Amazon account will be connected. This is another application of AI being able to see and image classification. So here, just by looking at what the person is selected, the AI can classify whether it's a cake, whether it's a biscuit, whether it's any other image. And the final thing is Facebook. So sometimes when we share things on Facebook or Instagram, Facebook automatically detects that, okay, this particular image might contain pizza, which is a food. This particular image might contain tree or sky, or it might have an outdoor setting. This image might contain two people who are smiling, sunglasses, sky. Now you might wonder how is it possible for an AI to detect this actually? Because we have eyes, right? We can see that, okay, this is a pizza because it has all these toppings. This looks like a pizza. But how can AI do this? That is the hard thing. And now we'll teach you how to build an AI model which can actually learn to classify between images. Another example is self-driving cars. So here, as the car is moving, if the AI would not see, let's say, if the AI did not have the ability to see, the car would not stop if there is a vehicle in front of it. So here, clearly computers are able to see and computers are able to take actions based on what they see. So the real question which we plan to answer is that, okay, how do computers really see? And so here, if you see this car, as the car is going, the car can see between, okay, this is a human, but this is another car. So how is it able to classify between, let's say, this is a human, let's say this is a car? Okay. So first question is that, can we just connect a camera to computers? Then okay, then computers will be able to see, right? That's the first thing which anyone would respond. But the main understanding here is that computers don't see images in the same way that humans do. And this is an extremely important point. So when we see images, let's say I look at this image. As humans, we know this is a person. Even if a baby is shown just one image of a person, if any other image is shown, they will be able to recognize that, okay, this is a person. But not for computers. When a computer looks at any image or any photo, what it actually sees is just a bunch of numbers. So a computer is actually seeing this, and it is not seeing the photo or not seeing a face. What we see this as eyes, for a computer, it's not eyes, but it's just pixels with some intensity. So this part is dark, this part is light. That is just coded up as pixels for the computer. And then, okay, so computer sees numbers. Then the question is, how can a computer learn to see images from numbers? So even if you attach a camera to a computer, it sees it as numbers. But how will the computer know that, okay, these are eyes, this is a nose, and overall this looks like a person? The answer to this is that the computer needs to be trained, just like babies are trained. As parents, we train the babies when they see something that, okay, this is this object, this is an animal, this is a person, this is a water bottle. Computers need to be trained using images. So if a computer is shown, let's say 1,000 or 1,000,000 images of how people look like, and if this new image is shown, then a computer will learn. So this is where intelligence comes from, because image classification is not an easy thing to do. Now, let us motivate this. This is, by the way, the example which we'll be demonstrating towards the end of it. We'll take an example of cats and dogs and train the computer to recognize between the two. So if a computer, let's say, who is not trained, is given a picture of a dog and a cat, can the computer identify that this is a dog and this is a cat? The answer is no, because it's not trained. It just sees a bunch of numbers. It sees that these are a bunch of numbers, this is a bunch of numbers, and it doesn't know this is a dog, it doesn't know this is a cat. And how will it know? Because we have not trained it. Even as babies, if we have not seen a cat or dog before, we can't identify, right? So babies are trained by parents who teach them that, okay, this is a dog, this is a cat. Similarly, computers need to be coached, or computers need to be trained. So now what we will be doing is that we will be training the computers with images of dogs, and we'll be training the computers with images of cats. Then the hope is that the computer will start to recognize features. The computers will see that a cat has longer whiskers. Cat has ears which are a bit more upright and pointed. Dog has flappy ears. Dog has a different tongue. Dog has round eyes, but cat has slanted eyes. So after it is shown, let's say 1,000 images, 2,000 images, our hope is that the computer will start to see these features. And whenever any new image is given of a different breed of dog, it will recognize these features and say that, okay, this looks like it's a dog, whereas this looks like it's a cat. So now we'll be actually showing this application in practice. We will teach a computer, we'll train it with images of cats and dogs, and let us explore. Let us see whether the computer is able to predict any new image as whether a cat or whether a dog. So now Rajat will be going through the rest of this presentation.
Yes. So in this part, I will be going through an application called Teachable Machine. So imagine that I am the parent of the computer, and I am trying to teach the computer to distinguish between cats and dogs. So how do I do that? So let us first understand about this application. So I'm just going to type Teachable Machine on Google and click on the first link which comes on the screen. So this is the application that we are going to use to build an image classifier that can distinguish between cats and dogs. So I'll click on Get Started. And then I will click on Image Project. Okay. So in this classification problem, we have two classes. Class 1 is cats and class 2 is dogs. Now, as a parent, when I'm trying to train the computer to understand between these two types of classes, the first area which I will train the computer is to uh, make it look at some of the images of cats and dogs, which is called as training data. So training data means that you teach the computer that animals which look like these are more likely to be cats, and animals which look like these are more likely to be dogs. So whenever we are building any artificial intelligence model, in this case, we are building an image classification model, we have to upload a lot of training data. Now, training data is something where imagine that I am a student and I want to give an examination. Before I give the examination, I will I will practice a lot. I will train, and in the exam, I will be asked questions which are different from my practice exam, but the concept will be very much similar. Here we are doing exactly the same. We are giving the computer a lot of practice problems. We are giving the computer a lot of images which will tell it that okay, these are cats and these are dogs, and finally we are going to test it on whether our model is able to predict between these two classes correct or not. So let us give the practice data now. So I'm going to click on upload and choose images. So I have already saved these images from Google. I'm going to go to images and cats. You can see all these images right in front of you. These are all images of cats. So as a parent, I'm trying to teach the computer that animals which look like these are more likely to be cats. Same thing I'm going to do for dogs also. I'm going to upload a lot of images. So I'm going to the dogs folder. Here you can see all these images are images of dogs. This is also an example of training data. So now we have uploaded 10 image samples here. We have uploaded 10 image samples for cat and we have uploaded 10 image samples for dog. Now just keep in mind that the computer has no idea what a cat and dog is. And we are trying to teach it to make that distinction. The next step is called train the AI model. So I'm going to click on that. What is happening inside this is something we'll also cover briefly in the next part. But just imagine that the computer is learning from this training data to distinguish between these two types of classes. The computer is learning that animals which look like these are more likely to be cats, and animals which look like these are more likely to be dogs. This is like preparation for our exam after giving a lot of practice. So now imagine that the practice is over now and we have successfully trained. Now let us see whether our training is correct or not, whether we are able to do good, whether we are able to score well in the examination or not. How to do that? We have to test the computer on images which are not asked before in the practice, which is called as test data. So now I have a separate folder here for test data. You can see here there is a folder called test. Here, whatever images you see are very different from the images which are given in the training data, which is what as an examiner I would do. I would try to give different images which are not at all same as a part of the training data. Now let us see. Now I'm going to choose this. Okay, all of us can see that this is a black cat. Let us see what the computer identifies. Okay, so the computer says with 100% confidence that this is indeed a black cat. Great. Now let me upload another image. This is an image of a dog, all of us can see. And the computer can guess with 100% accuracy that this is a dog. So the computer is doing very well in the exam.
Sir,
Now,
instead of cats and dogs, if any other
yes,
animals or objects is shown to this
yes,
machine,
yes.
what will be the result, Mr. Sir?
So you can add any animal here, sir. You can add a horse also here. And then you can upload the images for the horse. So let's say now I click on horse and I download these images. I hope this is a PNG image. Okay, so now I can upload. Okay, so now I have 3. Now let us see if the computer is able to, now let me, for the testing, select some different image of the horse. Okay, this is the test image. Okay, so I'll again train the model now. Now instead of 2 classes, I have 3 classes.
No, sir. Instead of taking the class, just we want to take in the output as a horse instead of taking the dogs and cats. That is
Okay,
already
okay,
trained.
okay. Okay, so okay, first let us see now what it does with the this. So it's confused. You can see that it's not able to identify that this is an horse.
33.
It says 33% it's a cat, 67 it's a dog, and for horse it does not even say anything. So why is this happening? Why is this almost 0% for horse?
Because machine is not trained.
Yes, so the
It's
machine
similar to not matching percentage with cats and dogs.
machine is yes. So the reason it's happening is because we have uploaded only one image for the horse. So let us try to again do an experiment. What we'll do in this case is that we will assume that the computer is not learning properly. So the training data will give very less training data, which means we'll give very less practice to the computer. So if you remember in the last example, we had uploaded 10 images for cats for the training. Now let us upload only 2. Okay, so I have uploaded 2 images for the cats, and I will upload 2 images for dogs as well. And then I will train the model. So now what do you expect we will get in the testing? Can anyone answer what will be the testing? If I, let's say, if I pick this image, what will the computer say? Will the computer be able to recognize this as a cat?
Maybe some percentage.
Okay, let us check. Okay, so it still does. It says with 99% accuracy that it's a cat. Let us try to select some dog. Okay, here also it's not very confused, which is good actually. So even with less amount of training data, I was expecting that this percentage will be very low. Now let us see if what it says to a horse, because horse is not at all there in the training. So it is completely confused. It says 55% that it's a cat and 45% it's a dog, which makes sense because this was not there in the training data at all. So usually what happens is that if the training data is not diverse enough, if we have very small amount of training data, then the accuracy of the model will be low. So from this, what we can learn is that if we want to build any AI model, so right now we just looked at our first image classification model. There are 3 steps. The first step is uploading the training data. The second step is training the model. And the last step is model evaluation, where we test the accuracy of the model. If the accuracy is low, then we go back to the training, we change some parameters, and then we again evaluate the model. So it is an iterative process. So this is exactly how the computers are able to distinguish between 2 different types of images. Whether you take the example of, let's say, Amazon Go, where it's trying to recognize the different types of food items and classifying them that as, okay, this is a burger, this is a pizza. So as an homework, what we would like all of you to do, and this is something which we do in all the batches, is that we want you to create a classifier of your own. Don't take the same example as cats and dogs, but build a classifier of your own and upload it in our WhatsApp group. Upload the accuracy and what were your learnings from it. It can be anything, it can be any example. But please try to be creative. We have had some excellent excellent submissions in our last few batches. So I'm not going to reveal what were the submissions because you might try to do similar things, but I just want to see how creative you can be with the classifiers that you build. So it can be any example, any industry, anything, whatever comes to your mind. But it should give you enough practice on the teachable machine and how to build your own image classifiers. Yes, so Shridath is saying this, that here there is an option of using webcam also. So let us say that let me show you how to do that. So let's say I'm building a classifier that identifies between me and uh, let's say Rajat with hand up. So I'll be raising my hand. So okay, so I'll turn my webcam on and I'll just hold to record. Okay, so this is me, and then here I am just raising my hand. So Rajat with hand up. Then I will train the model. So this is a classifier built with actual. So now if I don't do anything, you can see it says 99%. But the moment I start raising my hand from bottom, slowly it starts to increase, and now it's almost 100. Then if I raise my hand down, it will again shift back. Then if I again raise my hand up. So there are two varieties here. You can either use the webcam or you can use the file option also. You can upload images from the file. Okay, are there any doubts or any questions with respect to this?
No, sir. Just I practiced it.
Okay.
I used it with a face and pen.
Okay, so overall in today's lecture, we have covered three applications. We have covered Playground, Alpha 3D, and Moon Valley AI. And we expect all of you to practice these applications and post in our group. So this is something which is currently missing. We encourage all of you to increase the number of submissions and posts so that the group remains active. And
Sir, what did you say in the beginning about the avatar?
Sir, can you repeat that question? I could not understand.
Avatar, I think we were discussing about the avatar in the beginning. Avatar is any software that.
Yes, yes, yes. So I think in one of the previous lectures, Shridath had showed one example where you can make an avatar speak
Oh,
based
yeah,
on
Yes.
audio.
Yes.
So that was,
You want
yes.
to know the name of the software, sir?
Avatar, AVATAR. Avatar.
The name of the software is, let me check.
So at the end of today, right, if everyone can give an application of a Playground, Moon Valley, and teachable machine, and just post on the group, that will be excellent, so that we know that everyone is practicing. So these three applications which you have mentioned in the chat. So from the next lecture, we will be diving a bit more deeper into more applications of AI. And we will also showcase our platform, which we have specifically made for teachers who are trying to teach the CBSE curriculum for AI for class 9th and 10th.
Sure. Any videos or images, practical based, so to say, link.
So we have shared the link in the chat to the Avatar application. It is called
Alpha 3D Playground.
synthesia.ho.
Okay. Okay. What is this synthesia.io?
That is the tool using which you can upload the script of your video, and it will, an avatar will speak about what you want to speak.
Okay. Okay. Sure. Sure.
Hey everyone, this brings us to the end of the lecture, and we'll meet again next Sunday. And if you have any questions or doubts, just post in the group and just try to use these applications and post your submissions. It will be very interesting for all of us.
Yeah, please at least build one AI image classifier. It could be for anything. It could be for classifying between you and your student, or three different people at your home, or it could be classifying between two different plants that are growing in your backyard. Anything like that. So use some physical object. You can use webcam to classify that physical object, or download some image from internet and try to classify that.
Yes, everyone, wish you all a very happy new year, and we'll meet again next year now.
Okay.
Okay, everyone, happy new year.
Happy New
Bye
Year.
bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Have a great year ahead.
Have a great
Happy
new
New Year, sir.
year. Happy New Year. Bye.
Yes.
Bye.
See you, sir. Yes.
Thank you, teachers.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye bye. Yes, happy AI year, sir. Yes, Prakash sir has said.
Thank you all.
Okay.
See you
Okay,
next week.
everyone. Bye bye. Bye.
Bye.